Welcome one and all to my YouTube channel, Technobabble. I am the Technobabbler, and I am so excited to be bringing you episode 11 of the Apothecary, in which so much has happened. I want to thank you all for supporting me during my mid-season break, and while I was building some character development and adding in some new characters, while the Clay family was taking care of themselves. So just some recapping here. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into the episode. And during this episode, what I'm going to do is we're going to spend sort of like 10 minutes with Liliana, just kind of getting caught up on where she is and what's going on with her. And then we'll spend another 10 to 12 minutes with Gilbert and Severus, kind of, you know, like a buddy film almost, kind of trying to help him jog his memory. Because if you guys don't remember, someone came in and completely wiped his memory. So Liliana has been spending a lot of time trying to get his memory back, and she needs just a little break from the house, and there are some new people in the neighborhood, and I think she needs to go meet some of them. So we are going to dive right into the episode right now. Well, you guys, things are starting off rather interestingly already. I don't know if you saw that, but the door just was open because Severus went outside. And outside the front door is a skeleton. So I think that we are going to have Liliana come over here and meet Lorraine Kimball and see what we can find out about Lorraine. So we're going to go do a cheerful introduction to Lorraine and find out what we can find out about her. Meanwhile, we will have Gilbert spend a little bit of time with Severus, you know, getting to know him and playing with him and petting him, and then maybe we can also have him do a little bit of training with him. So we are going to focus right now. The first part of this episode will be focusing on Liliana and kind of getting caught up on her story. So let's have her go meet this brand new, interesting individual who is at the front door. Alright, so this is Lorraine Kimball. Let's see what we can find out about Lorraine Kimball. Let's go ahead and add her to the group, and we are going to come and we are going to sit and have a chat in here together so we can learn a little bit more about her, because it's not every day skeleton walks up to your house and knocks on the door. It sounds like it's a punchline just waiting to happen. But I don't know what the punchline would be to that joke. So we are going to have her chat. Where did Lorraine just go? Really? We're just trying to get back in the episode. And what is that? Oh, you guys, something major is about to go down. This can't even be happening. What is happening? Do you see what I see? Gilbert Clay is going up the steps where Gilbert Clay is at. Oh my gosh, this is about to get insane. We were under the impression that they cannot be in the same place at the same time, but it is about to happen. This whole episode is completely derailing right before my very eyes, and I love it. This is the most perfect beginning to the mid-season break that I can possibly think of. Let's see what happens. He acts like he didn't even see him. Oh, you know what? This Gilbert doesn't have his glasses on. He probably doesn't even realize that that guy looks just like him. He's busy talking to the dog. He also lost his memory, so that could be part of it. But what's happening? This is crazy. All right, we're going to invite him in. We are going to go with this and see what happens. Let's see, can we invite this Gilbert Clay in? Because this is absolutely crazy. I thought he was from the future, and he said that we can't have him be here at the same time. Oh, she is going to finish chatting with Lorraine. All right, we're going to have to take matters into our own hands. I think, what do you guys think? I think that Gilbert, this Gilbert, who doesn't have glasses on, would probably introduce himself to this, Gilbert here, because he can't even see who he is. I wonder where his glasses are. This is a hoot, you guys. Absolutely crazy. Meanwhile, let's see. What can we learn about Lorraine? We need to at least get to know Lorraine. Let's see. Discuss her stress mood. Why is she in such a stress mood? Let's see. What else can we do? We can discuss interests. We should have a deep conversation and just sort of get to know her. Meanwhile, where did the other Gilbert Clay go? Like, I think he's running away? Is he leaving? Oh no, he's coming in the house, I think, downstairs. You guys, this is crazy. Maybe he's trying to, like, sneak back into the lab. Maybe there's something in the house that will help him get back to his own present time. I do not know, but we are going to follow along on this timeline and see what happens. The other Gilbert Clay right now is going to the bathroom. I feel like it's one of those episodes now where it's going to be like, they're going to have to keep passing each other and they won't notice that one looks like the other. But obviously the one from the future knows what's going on because he time traveled back in time to here. Gilbert Clay, we need to get you back to your own timeline, buddy. Not in this episode. We gotta socialize. We need to get to know the new neighbors. What else would we do? Let's show her the pics from Silverado. What else do we know? We just know she's a young adult, and now she's an acquaintance. Look, it totally is happening right now. Look, he came in. He's got his back to the wall, or back to the group here. He doesn't notice what's going on. What is he doing? I am so distracted, and I love it. He is having a stretch. Do you guys think? I think that they should come over, and he should introduce himself. I think he should talk to this Gilbert Clay. No, he can't. It'll be like a time vortex, and everything will, like, stop existing. It will be terrifying. We're going to switch gears. We are going to take Gilbert Clay and Severus, and we are getting out of this house. We're going to go start it with Gilbert Clay and Severus because I'm terrified of a time vortex sucking them all into nothingness. So we are going to travel with Severus to a park and have a little bit of a buddy film. So we will be right back once we get to the park. Alright, so as you guys saw, Gilbert Clay does not have his glasses on, so he's not seeing too well, but he brought Severus to this park so that they can do a little bit of training. So I think I'm going to have him come in here, and they are going to do, let's see, let's pet Severus, and then, of course, it's raining, but that's not going to bother them. We're going to go in here, and then I think we're going to have them start by doing some of these training things. Let's see if we can run the obstacle course with Severus. And I think while this goes on, I'm going to leave them here to work on developing their friendship and working on their training, and then we will pop back over with Liliana and see what's going on at the Clay residence. Alright, we have returned back to the Clay Manor, and Liliana, after discussing with the other Gilbert Clay about what was going on, they decided that it's absolutely true. If the two Gilbert Clays see each other, it could be catastrophic. So he left, but he did say that there was something that she needed to do a little bit of research on, and it was something that was taking place in the city, and she needed to meet quite a few of the different Sims in this world. So she is going to head off into the world and start meeting some of these different people and mystical creatures and find out whatever it is that she can to try to help the future Gilbert Clay get back to his timeline. So I think the first place we're going to go after meeting, what was her last name? Her last name was Kimball, Lorraine Kimball. We are going to head over. She lives over here, so we are going to visit that household. So, as you can see, Liliana has come over to Kimball's house, or Lorraine's house, and there is garlic all around this place. So she is kind of hesitant to go in, but she is wanting to do, she's having a conversation with Lorraine, because a skeleton in the neighborhood, that's new. Something's going on. So she's going to sort of like question her a little bit and find out what she can find out from her, like how she came to be, why she's here, how this is even, how she's even existing. Like, the only place she's ever seen a walking skeleton was when she was in the jungle, and she knew that was coming from, that was a temple guardian, and so the magic there was keeping the skeleton moving and animated, but here, she has no idea what is going on. So she is going to talk to her a little bit more and find out what she can find out. So we will come back after she has had more conversation with Lorraine. So just before Lorraine went inside, she said, "The reason I exist is because of my master, Clive." And then lo and behold, here comes Clive. So we are going to introduce ourselves to Clive, who is also new to the neighborhood, and find out what he knows, because Liliana is really confused about how this is going on. So she's going to just kind of chat up with Clive and find out where he came from, what's going on, how all of this is even happening. We're not going to ask a risque question. That could get interesting. Maybe we will. So we will, let's see. We will continue to ask him about a few things. Oh, he's a vampire, so we can have a vampiric spar with him. So we will do that too and see. We want answers. Liliana wants to know what's going on, so she is going to have a battle with Clive to find out what he knows, because he's being very coy and not being forthwith with information. So she is going to try to battle him for information. So we will get to the battle here in a moment. Well, before Liliana could even get in the battle with Clive, he said, "I'm a lover, not a fighter," and ran away. But he did tell her that he came from the city, moved from San Myshuno, so she is going to want to check that out. But this house over here, there is a new resident there, so she's going to go over there next and find out from them what is going on and where they came from. So Liliana was reminiscing with Lorraine here about the Vitors, because they were living here before, and it was a completely different house. So some sort of phase shifting has happened, and now there is this gigantic house here. So she is going to go there with Lorraine and knock on the door and see what she can learn from the people who live in this house. Because, like I said, this house wasn't here before. So something very interesting is happening, and she wants to get to the bottom of it. All right, so Liliana just was welcomed into the house by a ghost. So she's going to, a ghost in a bathrobe, no less. She's going to come over here and introduce herself to this guy and find out what she can find out from him, because things are rather mysterious and interesting here in this town of Forgotten Hollow, but it's not quite clear to her what is happening, and she wants to get to the bottom of this mystery. So she's going to chat up this young fellow, and his name is Wallace Zazu. So she's going to spend a little bit of time socializing with him and finding out what she can from Wallace Zazu. So Liliana has learned from Wallace that this house has been here for centuries, and it's his house. And he has owned all sorts of land and had quite a long and interesting life that she learned a little bit about. He's been a landowner, he has been an entrepreneur, he has written books, he has been a scholar, all sorts of things. But what she wants to know is, how did the house get here? And he's been saying the house has been here for centuries. I am its keeper, and now it has a new purpose. And the purpose, he said, is to give a place for spirits such as myself and other mystical beings, a place to come and rest and relax and rejuvenate. And the keeper now of the house is here in the house, and that Liliana needs to go meet her. He was just saying she's just in the other room, and he'd love for her to meet her. So she's going to head into the other room and introduce herself to this sim. So Liliana is coming to meet this sim here, and this is Katarina Frost. Now, this is a sim that I downloaded from the gallery. It is from KStrayYT on Twitter, and she has a different name in the gallery. I'll put that right here so you can see it. And this whole house was inspired when I saw this sim posted. So she sort of had this mystical worldliness about her when I saw her post. She posted the picture of this sim on Twitter, and I started creating this backstory of someone who would own this big manor house, who would create the spirits. And I'll put a link right here to the video where I explain about the house and its history a little bit more. But right now, let's dive back into the gameplay, but I did want to give props where props were due. I did not create the sim, and she is an absolutely beautiful, stunning sim, and you can download her from the gallery as well. So let's get back into the play here. So she's going to come over and introduce herself to Katarina, and of course she's going to pop in like a spectral bat there, because that's what she does. Let's see, what can we do? Do we introduce ourselves? Yes. So we need to find out from her as much information as we can. So let's gossip about the neighborhood, tell her we're really confused. This house wasn't here. How did you guys come to be? Before, there was a whole nother house and a whole nother family living here. So she's going to talk to her for a little bit and see what she can find out from Katarina Frost. Well, Katerina invited Liliana to go outside to have a look at the stars and the house and to tell her a little bit more about what she remembers happening. And the last thing she remembered happening was her and her good friend Gerty went into the city just on an outing to a trip. And what she also revealed is that she's actually a witch. That's right. Katerina Frost is actually a witch. And what her specialty is rejuvenating souls through massage, through food, through very natural elements. She uses the power of water and healing and steam to help heal all sorts of people, including, you know, for you Harry Potter fans, us muggles. She can heal them as well, but she really focuses her energy. Her task that she was assigned was to take care of the spirits. So she found the house and moved in with Wallace, Zazu, haunting the place, and then several other Sims were haunting the place. So she moved in here, and like I said, the last thing she remembers was talking to her friend Gerty in the city, and when she went home, this is where home was, and she didn't ask too many questions because she is a witch, and she's seen lots of interesting things happen now through her lifetime, which she is rather old. She doesn't look it. She's almost like made of porcelain, is what it almost looks like. So she is rather old. Kind of like how Liliana is too, but Liliana has never seen anything quite like this. So, Katerina has told Liliana where she can find her friend Gerty. So before she headed out, Liliana was talking to Katerina, and Katerina said, you need to have a foot massage before you leave. So she is going to get a foot massage from Katerina Frost before she sets out on this continued journey to find out what is going on in this world. With the time vortex, with the houses appearing, with the new Sims showing up, with skeletons walking around, with ghosts all over the place, she wants to get to the bottom of this mystery. But first, a little foot massage from Katerina, because that is what she does best. Also, I've never seen this before because I think I've only ever had Katerina give a massage to one person, and it was not on camera, so this is hilarious. She still has her shoe on. I love it. All right, we will pop back after she finishes her massage and goes to the next place. All right, Liliana is feeling a little bit rejuvenated from her foot massage, and she's going to now head off to find Gerty Baker, which is Katerina Frost's friend, who's also a witch. So Katerina gave Liliana directions to Gerty's house, and I just want to give props again where props are due. I did not build this house. This house was downloaded off of the gallery. It was by Miss Griffey. I will put a link to her video right here and a link down below so that you guys can check it out. I actually watched this speed build of this house and started to dream. I felt inspired again. I had the inspired moodlet just like how Liliana does right now, and I came up with a character for this house and this series, and I'll put a link to that video that I made of the Create a Sim so you can get know a little bit more about her if you'd like to know more about her. But in the meantime, I'm going to have Liliana come up here. She's feeling inspired. She feels like she's really close to figuring out this mystery. So she's going to come and talk to, or see if she can talk to Gerty to find out what Gerty can share with her. All right, so as you can see, this is a teeny tiny house, which I love, but it makes my camera skills are not quite there yet. So I'm going to zoom in here. So this is Gerty Baker, and we are going to introduce ourselves to Gerty right now, and we are going to see what we can find out from Gerty, who is also a witch. Now, she doesn't quite look anything like Katerina Frost, but this is a sim I created, but I absolutely love this woman. She is based sort of off of the crazy cat lady idea, but instead of having her be like the crazy old cat lady, I wanted her to be more cat-like. So her witchiness, she's actually based off of a character from an anime called Pom Poko, and not a specific character, it's more the concept where cats, and there's various animals who can shapeshift, and one of them is a cat. So I'm going with Gerty being a shape-shifting magical cat being here in this world. And she is going to share with Liliana as much as she can. So Liliana's going to tell her that, Katerina sent her over here, so she is going to tell her the story of what has been going on with her and trying to figure out, getting to the bottom of what exactly is going on so that she can solve the mystery of her time-traveling husband companion who's also in this world. So I'm going to spend some time talking with Gerty and find out what she knows. So Gerty has shared with Liliana that she has been in this house all of her life. And she has had 9 of them, remember, you guys. She's been around for a while, too. Now, she hasn't used up all her 9 lives, but she's got at least 9 of them. She is a cat, for goodness sakes. Anywho, she has discovered that her and Katrina were in the city near the docks when something happened. There was like a phase shift is what she described it as, and the sky changed color. And again, she's part of this mystical world, so she wasn't too concerned about it. But when she returned home, she noticed a lot of things were different. Mainly, a bunch of the stray cats that normally are at her house were not there. And instead, a bunch of different stray cats were at her house. Now, stray cats is not strange or weird to her, but it was odd to her that the cats that were there were not the ones that she knew and loved. So she is hoping that she can help Liliana figure out this mystery as well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I'm going to let them keep hanging out a little bit longer. I know I promised to try to give you a buddy flick with Gilbert and Severus, but I don't know if there's enough time in this episode to get to that. So I will be continuing the series here on my channel. It will be out every Wednesday, so please tune in. You guys know we have a new pack coming out very soon that has another occult in it, and that is the Mermaid. That is the Island Living game pack that is coming out, and I am planning on getting it. I just don't know when I'm planning on getting it, but I will definitely be adding in an element of that as well into this LP, because if you guys recall, this is all part of the Into the Occult series, where I'm focusing on the various different occults, and up until this point, we only had vampire and alien, and I have not added in any aliens in this series, but I did want to bring in a ghost, and I wanted to bring in the skeleton, and see what else I could bring in. So there will definitely be an addition of a mermaid at some point in the story, and all of this is leading up to the, I believe it's the game pack? Yeah, I meant Island Living is an expansion pack. The game pack that will be coming out in November, which is the Realm of Magic. So this is going to all hopefully come to a beautiful head in November, where we have the release of the new game pack, which is all about magic. So I will be continuing the series. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and sticking with it while I went through adding in all these additional characters. Links to all those videos are down below, and I'll also try to remember to stick them here at the end so you can check out those videos. I post one of these every Wednesday, so tune in as we try to solve the mystery of what's going on in the world. And until next time, thank you for supporting the channel, and Tomalagi! I did promise a buddy flick, so here is the sped up footage of Gilbert and Severus having fun at the park.